Hello sweet friends, and welcome to Carol's Craft Cottage. For today's video I am going to do a tutorial with both the Scrapdiva design dies that I used in the previous video. I will be using this one here, and you will need this piece and this piece to create your ornament, and this is called the Memorydex Gingerbread Shaker. And I also use this to make the branch and ornament wreath. So this is the branch and ornament wreath die set. In this die set, I used both of the leaf ones. So you can see you have half on this side, half on that side. I used both of those, and then I used both of these leaf parts. So one is left and one is right, and this is with the 2 hearts and the 2 leaf sprigs. And I cut about 8 to 10 of each one, as you see on the side right here. So before we begin this project, let me say, if you are new or this is your first time here, my videos feature lots of paper crafting ideas and tutorials. If this is something you enjoy, please consider subscribing. I'd love to have you back. For all my returning friends, welcome back. You mean the world to me, and I appreciate your support and comments. So this is the clear ornament that I made, and I am obsessed with clear shakers this year, especially if you're going to put them on the tree. Your lights will shine through this, and I will have some pictures up on Instagram of this in my tree so you can see what I mean. And let's go ahead and start this tutorial. So for your first preparation, go ahead and cut out 2. You're going to cut 2 of these, and please cut it on 1 10-pound cardstock. That'll make it nice and sturdy. You'll need 1 of these in gold, and you'll need 2 of these round circles in acetate, and you'll need 1 cutout of the ornament in 3 milliliter foam. So here is what I did. I have my acetate. You're going to glue your acetate to the ornament, and then you're going to glue the ornament piece to your 3 milliliter foam. And I don't remove this until after it's dried. And the reason I don't remove it is because it will keep your foam in shape while your ornament is drying. So once you get that cut out and this assembled, put it aside to dry, and then put this aside to dry as well, so you don't get it smudged or anything like that. And then we will, well, we're going to go ahead and assemble this because mine is dry. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my shaker mix, and I always mix up some shaker stuff and put them in these little containers for when I need them. So I am going to fill this right now with some shaker material. And how fill you want it is how much you're going to put in there. And I'm thinking that's pretty good right there for this particular shaker. And I already have the acetate on this. I already have the acetate on that. So I'm just going to put some glue around the outside edge of this and on the ornament part. And I'm putting this together now so that it can adhere while I'm making the branch and ornament wreath. So we're going to put this on top. Make sure it's even. All right, I'm going to set this aside. I don't want to touch it too much. because I don't want the glue to smudge. So I'm going to push it over here, and you can see it's popping up. So I have this little tape. I'm going to put it on top to hold that down while I prepare the wreath. And we'll push this more out of the way so that you can see what I'm doing with the wreath. Okay, so here are the two pieces. And I'm going to glue one on top of the other. Now I will tell you, for this wreath right here, I did, if you look really, really close, I did put some sponge sugar distress ink in there, but I'm just going to leave this one white. So if you want to do that, now would be the time to do it, to distress ink all of your pieces. So we're going to put some glue all the way around here. Now we're doing this tutorial. This was a request, so I'm showing the whole tutorial to put this ornament together. So hopefully it will help you with both dies if you're wanting to make ornaments. So here we go. We're going to line up the hearts up here and the leaves down here, and we're just going to press it on here and try to line it up as good as you can. Okay, now we're going to start. Now you can see there's a difference in the branches. So you have the hearts, two hearts this way. You got the little heart on the left. And this is the other branch when you have it cut out. You got the little heart on the right. And I see I've got to do a little poke here. I have a little piece that didn't fill out. Now, I do want to give a hint on how to cut these out. I was having a problem with the die not cutting the whole thing out. So what I did is I switched my plates around on my die cutting machine. And I usually cut like this. I usually cut with my thick plate C on top of my B. You can see how well used that is, right? I usually cut with the thicker one on top of the thinner one. All right, but to cut these, I switched it around. So I cut with the C, and then the die face up, the cutting part up, the paper on top, and then this, and they cut out perfect. Now that's probably normally the way you cut, but I could cut the opposite way. I don't know, but that's how it worked for me. So I just wanted to give that hint in case you're having problems with cutting these out. So let's go ahead and start putting on the leaves to build dimension. So what I do, okay, so this I'll start with the top. I want to go with the leaves to the outside first. So what I'm talking about, that is this heart leaf type here going to the right. So I'm going to put it between these two and these two. So it's going to go right here, just like that. And I just put a little glue on the stem, and I lay it right like that. And then I'm going to turn it, and then I'm going with the same heart going to the left. Put some on that leaf, and then I'm going to go right here so that the heart, see, it almost touches that, but I don't glue that down. It's going to be up like that. So we're going to turn it, and I'm going to, with the heart to the left again, you want to go all the same way around the first time. Put your glue on the stem, and then just measure it. Place it so that the heart is right above there. So you have something that looks like that. So turn it again, and you can see how your wreath is building up. I need my large heart to the left. And then I'm going to space it so that the stem is here. And you can see the end of the stem here and my heart's here. Let's see. I've got one here. We're going to turn again. So I cut about 8 to 10 of each of these. And it looks like this is going to take about 8 or 9. And I need one more of that heart going that way. Let me see if I have it. I might not. 1, 2. Yeah, right here. Okay. And I'm going to slip it right here. So you can see the way I spaced it. It ended with the stem down there. So that is the first layer. All right, and we're going to go around it again. This time we're going to use the heart, the big heart pointing to the right. And then we're going to take the glue and place it on the stem. And then we're going to sandwich it right in between these two. Just like that. And you're going to take and follow the stem again. The larger heart pointing to the right. Just lift this up and put the stem in right through there. See how I did that? And the heart's kind of almost, this little heart almost to the bottom of the stem of the previous one that I put down. So just like that. And seeing how it's building up, let's do it again. I know it'll be easier to see if we keep repeating. So here's the stem. I'm pulling this up because I want to place it down here and then through here a little bit, so that my little heart is almost even with the stem of the previous one I placed down. And this is what you're starting to get, really full wreath. So again, let's do it. We got the larger heart going towards the center. And this is the place where I placed the last one. So I'm going to place this one here with the heart almost, well, this one is even with that stem. We'll just press it down and we're going to keep turning. We're going to lift this one up. Here is the branch. Okay, this is the last place I put one. So I'm going to slide this one between the two branches here that I pulled up. And then I'm going to lay it down, press it, and you can see my little heart is just above the stem of the last one I put down. We're going to turn it again. Get a branch that has the hearts pointing to the right. Put some glue on the back of the stem, lift this one up, place your stem between those two pieces and down in here. Hold it. Make sure your little heart is close to the stem before it. And then turn your wreath around. So we're getting ready for the next one. Your little heart is pointing to the right. Need some glue. We're going to go in between these stems, just like this. Put it down, and your little heart will be right above the previous one over there. We're going to pull these up. It's this one and this one. We're going to take this, which is the heart, going to the right. And we're going to put this one right through here. And press this down. Now, as you can see, I've gone completely around this wreath. And you're going to spot check it to see if you have any what appear to be spaces that are not all filled in. You can add some more if you want to. I could add another one here if I felt I needed it, or another one here. So I'm going to leave this as it is because I need to attach a Santa Claus on it, so I don't want it too full. So I'm going to use this side for my Santa Claus. If I was just going to use the wreath, I might put in a couple more of these. Also, don't forget that you can also cut out more of these. You could cut out some of these to stick in to fill, or some of these. These would be good to fill. But I'm going to leave mine as it is. Now I've gone the two pieces, these two pieces together, and then I cut out several of these, and I went twice around the wreath. So I'm going to pull in my glitter. Now, when you use, I'm using Elmer's glue and a paintbrush, of course, you see there. And the glitter that I'm using is this. It's Snowy Surprise. It comes from Walmart. I also put some fine white glitter in it as well. And I'm going to paint Elmer's glue on this wreath. And I'm going to sprinkle some glitter. Now I do it in little groups. And the more you can get the glue on here, the more you're going to actually enhance the sturdiness of this wreath, because when this glue dries, it makes this paper almost like plastic. So I've got quite a bit here painted already. So I'm going to take it to the glue, and I'm pulling up so that my leaves are not sticking together. I want them to be separate, and I want them to be floating. All right, so I'm going to take the glitter and I'm going to sprinkle. And you can see what I'm getting here, right? I know it's white glitter, but it is beautiful. Okay, so we're going to keep going. It takes a little while. You have to have patience. Okay. You want to get as much of the paper covered with the glue. If I didn't put glitter on this, I was going to try to toughen up the paper a little bit, make it sturdier, I would guess you would say. I was going to try to spray some clear not shellac, but there's like a clear sealer that you put on things. I was going to try to spray that on here, but since I did the glitter, this glue is definitely a point of preserving the paper. I don't know what happened, but I'm hoping I can put these two together. These two videos. My video just went off for some reason. So let's do this. Pull this up. Pull this up. All right. And we're going to sprinkle glitter on it. All right. You can see I'm getting to the end of the wreath. Okay, so I'm going to pull these leaves up again. So I can get all the glitter in there. All right, and here we go. All right. Now I'm going to take that out of the way. I'm going to lay that down. Okay, so I'm wanting to pull up some of this still. Now, if you do not have the time to wait for this to dry, what you can do is take your heat gun, which I am going to do, if I can reach it here, over my camera. Oh, I'm sorry about that. And I'm going to dry this a little bit. This is not completely dry, but it is closer. Okay, so I'm going to pick the side that I want my Santa Claus to be on, and I'm going to pick this side right here. Okay, so we're going to bring in the ornament. And it looks like it slipped a little bit when I pushed it, but that's okay. You're not going to see it once I put this on top. So we're going to put some glue on the main wreath portion. And we're going to put it in the center of the ornament. And I don't have this right. I wanted to put my Santa Claus there. Okay, there we go. And then hold it there. And then I have this little Santa Claus right here. I need to lift this up to get a look at it before I put him on. And I already put some foam behind this. And before I put him down, I'm going to push some of these things aside and then nestle him right in the center. I would like to get over the top of this, but that's not going to work with the camera there to see it. So I'm going to do my best to get that in there. All right, let's take a look. All right, and I think I will put a little dab of hot glue so he's not slipping and sliding. Okay, so you see how this is coming along, and I have made 3 flowers, so we are going to decide where they go, and I'm going to make them pretty much all together in the same area. And let's see what this looks like. Yeah, that works for me. So I'm going to hot glue those as well. But I'm not going to move them because they're where I want to be. Oops, that stuck to my finger. All right, so that's what we have now. And let's see. Look how pretty that is. And I have lots of shaker material in there, as you can see. And I am going to put some of these little gold balls that you saw in the other one. So this is what I'm doing next. Let me pull this into view. See, I have the little gold berries in there. That's what I'm going to do now. And I'm just going to place them randomly in the wreath. Now this wreath is not dry yet. So once more of this glue dries, then you can pull the leaves up and it will look even fluffier. basically, if I had left it alone, it would have dried. All right, I'm not going to have you watch me the whole time as I complete this, but thank you so much for joining me today. I hope you found this tutorial helpful, and remember to sprinkle kindness wherever you go, like confetti. And until next time, happy crafting. Bye-bye.